Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. So this is the first video I'm making on Microsoft Access. So this is the first video of the Microsoft Access series that I'm going to be making. So in this video we're going to start with the tables in Microsoft Access. So first let me create a database. Learning, and then create the database. Now we're going to create tables and then define the fields of the table in the data types. So as soon as you open the Access program for the first time, you are greeted with this interface. So by default, Microsoft Access creates you a table as soon as you create a database. So this is a table. To save it, just move here and then let me say table. Let me say, for example, class table, and then or student table, and then click OK. Now we've saved the table. Now this layout that you are seeing right here, it's called the Datasheet View. Now the Datasheet View is where you interact with the table and add records to the table. But now to modify the fields and the data types of the table, you need to navigate to another part of the table called the design view. As you can see, there's datasheet view and the design view. Now click on the design view and you will be greeted by this interface. Now this is where you define all the field names in the table and the data types of the field names. For example, this is the student table. Let's say name of student. Now name of student is text. Now we're going to use the short text data type. Let's say the class of the student. Let's say if the student is in class 4, class 5, you can also use short text. Let's say date of birth. In the date of birth, we're going to use the data type date and time because we're going to define the date of birth of the student. And then you can also enter another field. For example, you can enter another field such as the school fee balance. Now in the school fees balance, we're going to use the currency data type. Right here. Okay, so there are some data types that we've not gone through. For example, long text. Now the long text data type is used when you want to enter a long paragraph of data. For example, you want to write a description or something like that. You use the long text data type. Now the number data type is used when you define certain values that you are planning to use in calculations. So if you have any number that you are not going to use in any calculation, for example, let's say ID number, it's a number but it cannot be used to do any calculation. So you define the ID number as text, and Access will automatically know that it will not be used to do any calculation. The large number data type is used to define numbers which are very long and have a very long decimal part. Date and time, we've looked at it. Currency, we've also looked at it, defining money. And then auto number now, it's a newer data type that is not mostly used. And then yes stroke no. Now this is you use it when you have only two options. For example, either yes or no. For example, I can add another field, gender, and then use that data type, yes stroke no. Now or let me male, for example, I add a question mark. Now if if the user chooses yes, then the student is male. But if the user chooses no, then the student is not male, is female then. Also, uh, OLE object. This is the object linking and appending. Now this is used to support newer file types such as graphics, images, and all that. For example, if you want to enter profile photo of a student, you use the OLE object. And then the hyperlink is used when you want to enter a link to a specific website. And then attachment is used when you want to attach something. For example, you want to attach a folder, for example, in a certain directory. And then calculated is used to link a calculated field in a query. And then lookup wizard is used to provide a list of options. For example, I can use the same logic as the, for example, gender, and then I define a lookup wizard. Now it will bring this pop-up. Just click. If it brings up this pop-up, click open, and then use I want to type the values I want, and then the first column just type male, and then the second type female, and then next, and then finish. Now that's done. Now after you've done that, now we've finished building the table. Now we can go back to the datasheet view of the table. Now, as you can see, all the fields that I defined are right here. We have the name of the student, we have the class, we have the date of birth, we have the school fees, which, as you can see, it's already populated to denote that it's in currency. And then we have this one. If I click like this, then the student is male. If I uncheck, the student is female. So I can enter some data in the table. For example, Caleb. Class, I can say, for example, class 3A. Date of birth. You can see this date icon. Just click it and define the date. For example, let's say let's just even put this date, and then school fee balance, let's say 50,000 shillings, and then the student is male. Now you can save the table. Let's also add another record. Brian, Alice, class 3B, date of birth. Let's even put today's date just for the illustration, and then fee balance is 2,500. Now because the student is female, now we're not going to check this button right here. So guys, that's how you create tables in Microsoft Access. Define fields and data types, and then enter data in the specific tables. Now to create another table, you just move to the create tab, and then move to the table. Let's click table, and as you can see, another table has been created automatically. Now you can also follow the same procedure. You save, you move to the design view, you define the fields and the data types, and then you move back to the datasheet view and enter data on the table. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.